Okay, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I'm starting off with my Sailor Moon action figure display. So these are my girls. On the first level, or second shelf, I should say, but this is my main level. This is my 5 guardians. So we have Sailor Moon, we have Sailor Jupiter, we have Sailor Mars, Mercury, Venus. We got Artemis and Luna down here flirting with each other, looking across the galaxy. And I used the DVD. Like the DVD came with like little art cards, so I used that as a part of my display. I think that's something that's super easy and creative to do if you want to make your displays pop. Is just actually use what you have on hand and see how you can bring it and consolidate it together. Like for example, if you collect Barbies and you have a Barbie display, um, you have well, if you collect Barbies and you want to create a Barbie display, if you have dolls, I'm pretty sure you probably have a Barbie cup, Barbie mug, Barbie watch, Barbie hat, Barbie bag. You have all type of Barbie memorabilia. You have the cardboards from your boxes when you open your dolls. Use that to create a cohesive display. So all the sailors have their pictures next to them. Mars has hers. Jupiter has hers. Mars is doing her flame attack. I actually gave her this flame. She didn't come with that, but she did come with that little cool card that she uses to banish evil spirits. And she's like, "Evil spirit, be gone." I forgot what the Japanese name for it is. And then Sailor Jupiter, we have her throwing her lightning. She actually came her like these all these figures have changeable faces. She actually came with a changeable face where her tiara had the actual antenna for the thunder attack, but it broke. So these figures are very delicate. If you do get them, be mindful that when you're playing with them on the shelf, they do drop off. Um, if you're displaying them on a shelf, make sure they're secure because these figures will drop and break because of the joints. They're so skinny. So we have Sailor Moon, aka Princess Serena, aka Usagi, aka Princess Serenity. She has so many aliases. It's hilarious. Where her moon rod, that I actually broke a selenite crystal, not on purpose, but it broke, and I actually was like, "Oh wait, I can use this as like the silver millennium crystal in her rod." Because this rod, in the show, she puts the silver millennium crystal in her rod and she uses it. I was like, "Oh wait, I can recreate that. Let me do that." So that's what I did. I'm one of the collectors. I don't wait for anybody to give me accessories in the packaging. I will make my own accessory and figure out a way to make it look how I want it to look. We got Sailor Mercury doing her Aqua Illusion attack. She looks really dope. And I had to rubber band the attack to her. This water effect is from like Katara. I have the Avatar: The Last Airbender's Katara. It's not an official collection, but I have it. And I haven't actually displayed or used them, so I actually took the water effect. Then you have Sailor Venus with her Venus Love Me chain and her Sailor V glasses. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors. I just love how she pops on the wall. The Inner Guardians, their job is to protect Princess Serenity and aid Sailor Moon in her mission. And then down here we have the Outer Senshi, the Outer Guardians. So they're a bit different from the Inner Guardians. The Inner Guardians, their job and their role is to protect the princess, protect her family, be there for her. The Outer Guardians are a bit different, and their story is a bit colder and sadder because they defend the outer solar system from enemies and invaders, and they work alone. They work independent. They're not used to teamwork. They don't really want to hear about it. In the comics, when they first pop up, Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune are very, very cold to the inner guardians. They're very, very cold. They're not trying to work together to stop the evil, even though they're all Sailor guardians. They don't really respect the princess as a royal authority because they feel like she's a crybaby, which she kind of is in the show. But they make it known like we're stronger than you. We're more powerful. We have these relics, these ancient weapons that are just advanced. Like you guys play with elements, we destroy and break down like the bad guys. Different. We're different. We're not alike. So Sailor Uranus has her sword. Sailor Neptune has her mirror. And Sailor Pluto has her rose garnet rod. And when you bring all of these relics together, they create the Super Sailor Moon chalice, which I don't even have Super Sailor Moon. That's one of my wish list, but I'm happy with my display. There's a lot of figures I don't have. I don't have Tuxedo Mask. I don't have Black Lady. I don't have Sailor V, but I have the core people, and I'm happy about that. So that's one thing when you're collecting. Be happy with what you have. Don't always feel like, oh, I need to get this, I need to get that, and be grateful like you even got one. Which I'm talking to myself. I'm grateful I even got one of these because these are expensive. These are like $60, $70 a pop. So just the luxury of being able to afford these things, I don't take it lightly. And you see the water stain next to Neptune because I did just wipe down the shelf because it was dusty. And also the outer guardians, so they're posed differently from the inner guardians, where they're more spaced out. They're supposed to feel a bit lonely, cold. They're powerful girls, powerful women, and they just work solo. And then of course I have their art next to them from the comics. I use comic book pages to display my people. I'll use anything. I use a display box, the comics, whatever's handy and on site. And then up here, again, if you collect things, add it to your display so that your display looks more cohesive and fuller, not just empty space. Ideally, Tuxedo Mask would go somewhere over here. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, in between time, we'll wait. He's expensive right now. I know a store I can get him in New York City, and he's 180, almost $200, and I don't want to pay that much for a tiny figure like this. When I think about how much Barbies I can get with $180, $200, that's about 6 or 7 Barbies, $180. Like depending on what website I use and the deals, I can get a couple Barbies. Action figures, that's at least like 7 or 8 X-Men action figures I can get, maybe even 9, depending on where I get it from. So when I think about all that money for just one figure, yeah, it'll complete a collection and display. But is it worth it? So then here we have Eternal Sailor Moon. I don't have Super, but I do have Eternal. And she's rocking her wings, her beautiful ribbon tassels next to her 3-layered extra skirt, like just doing the most, right? And then we have Rini, Sailor Mini Moon next to her. Very cute figure, very tiny. Again, these figures, if they drop, they break hard because the joints, as you can see, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, the joints are so thin. So these ball points, if it falls at the wrong angle, it's over. Like, as I preached to you, my Sailor Moon, her wing broke, and I super glued it, and then it broke again. So now I just pinned her wing to the wall so that it can stand upright, and I just leave her in this position. But beautiful figure. Like, that's a beautiful angle right there. Like, she is punishing you in the name of the moon. So gorgeous. I would love for them to do a Princess Serenity figure, like in her dress. I know that figure would probably be super, super, super fragile, but I would love a Serenity. I would love a Neo Queen Serenity. Like I would love to have her mom as a figure. Um, I'm just naming figures that don't exist. I would love to have Tuxedo Mask as Moonlight Knight when he has that like Saudi Arabian look, like he's in the desert and he's wearing all white. I would love that look. Um, I would love. I wouldn't mind a Queen Beryl. There's no they didn't really make any villains in the line. The only villain that exists is the Black Lady, which is Sailor Mini Moon in her dark older um, persona. But that's about it. And that wasn't even their fiercest enemy. They had Queen Beryl, Queen Metallia. Like they had so many people that they had to fight. So it's like there's it's kind of true that there's absolutely no bad guys. But yeah, getting this figure, just be mindful that the pieces again are fragile. So these are girls that they're very well articulated, but you don't want to be just willy nilly forcing the pose because the plastic does stretch. The skirts do can be pulled apart. Because I was the first figure I got was Sailor Jupiter, and I was doing so many dynamic poses with her that like the back of her skirt is kind of starting to pop off of the back because I was really opening up her legs really wide, trying to get those crazy shots from the show. So just be mindful of that.